Just having the neck tucked in, just so the back of the chin tucked in, so the back of the neck is long. As we always do, just tuning into our breath here. Just settling and relaxing. That nice long inhale. It's finding length in the spine. Observing as the chest and tummy lift. As we exhale, we're just contracting back down. Just connecting with the floor. Just settling here. Just allowing any thoughts to just drift away. Just settling and relaxing. And with time, just allowing the breath to lengthen. Just tuning into you. And just taking your time. When you're ready, just take 3 nice long deep breaths. That nice long inhale as we fill the chest and tummy. Holding just for a second. And exhale, just releasing it all out. Twice more. With those 3 breaths done, just letting the breath return, just observing any difference. And then we'll just give the ankles a gentle rotate around. Just a nice loose wiggle, working it into the hips as well if you like. And then you can either stop the ankles, but we're going to add in the wrists. Whether it's just the wrist or wrists and ankles. And then finally either adding or moving on into the neck. Side to side. And then slowing all that down. Bringing the palms by the sides, palms facing down. As we inhale, reaching up and over. Stretch out if you want. And exhale. Back down to the sides. Working with the breath, that inhale and reach. Do you stretch a little more? Maybe flexing the toes away. Exhaling it all back. Now, when you next inhale up and over, just leaving the arms there. You can flex the toes if you want. You don't have to keep them here. Now with the arms up overhead, observing the breath. Is it that much more noticeable in the top of the chest? As if we're inhaling, stretching the spine a little longer. As we exhale, palms back down. Let's hug these knees in towards the chest. With the shoulders dropped, Take that gentle rock side to side, just massaging out the lower back. And then inhaling back to center. Before we go down, let's just inhale, lifting the head up towards the knees. Seeing if that presses it down that little bit more. And then let's exhale and lower. Setting the feet onto the mat. The arms either out to shoulder height or elbows out, palms facing up. Checking the chin is tucked in. Now this is a bit different from normal. So we're going to exhale. One knee only is dropping to the side. So the other knee is still bent up. If you want, maybe looking over the opposite shoulder. But with this knee out to the side, just feeling gravity, just draw it out, opening into the side of the hips. And then let's inhale, knee back up, head up, exhaling the other knee out to the side. Maybe looking over this opposite shoulder. And again, time and gravity, easing this side of the hip out. Now, inhaling this knee back up. So it's going to make this a continuous movement. So exhale the first knee down, but let the other one just come along as well. Now only using the top knee, inhaling it up as it exhales across. But what was the bottom knee will just follow along. Breath by breath. That inhale as the top knee lifts. Exhaling over. Neck maybe moving to opposite side if you want. And when we've worked both sides evenly, inhaling back to center, taking a hug around the thighs, but just send those legs up into the air. Now that quick rotate off if you want, whatever that needs to be. And then let's inhale, we're going to point the heels up. Maybe allow the legs to straighten, don't force it. Exhale. Can we draw these legs closer towards us? Should quite quickly feel the biting point. If you need the bend, let it happen. Lovely. And then you can just inhale and release if you want. Begin by rocking as we come up to sit. So Wendy, you could just join us from seated if you like. In our comfortable seated position, finding the spine long and light. Wow. Nice and tall, shoulders dropped, chin tucked. Nice to see you. I take it the internet wasn't your friend. Right, there we go. Settling here. So there's that inhale, this lift up, as if that string just guiding us up a bit taller. And just rooting it all down on the exhale. That breath by breath. And then for our next inhale, let's bring these arms up above, palms together. Exhaling down, heart center, recentering everything. Twice more. A slow inhale, stretch it up if you like, look up maybe. Exhaling back down. Now the third one, exhaling down as normal. Just keeping them here. Now if you feel you've got enough balance, let's cross these legs the other way around. So you're crossing the legs the wrong way. Finding that length again. And then exhale, interlocking the fingers, pushing them down. Inhale, big inhale, reaching, stretching up. We're going to make a side bend. Exhaling gently to one side. Inhaling center. Other side. As if you're ticking like a clock. Breath by breath. Each time you go over again, do you feel the body giving in maybe a little bit further? And when we've worked evenly back up to center, that reach up. Big exhale. Bringing the palms into the hips. Now whether it's thumbs are around or they're in. I think we all know where we're going. Inhale. Circling, lifting up. Exhale, squeezing back and down. Twice more. When we've done these three, we're just going the other way. Inhale, squeezing back and down, up, back and up. Exhale, releasing down. Twice more again. And with them done, let's give those wrists that little shake off, maybe a quick shuggle in the spine. And then I'm going to challenge our balance a little bit. So from where we are, I'm using blocks, so I've made this harder for myself. I'm going to take a nice loose bend in these knees. Inhaling up nice and tall. Just feeling this lift in the chest. Next inhale. Can we lift one leg? Now you can hold it or it can be there itself. Now you might need to lean back because we're maybe inhale, lifting the other. Now if you start with the knees closer in, that's easier. You can try and extend. Have some fun with it. Now, the kind of key to the balance is this inhale. That puffing of the chest, it just helps center the gravity. Shoulders are dropped. We should be able to feel our cores by now. Probably the thighs too. I think that's enough though. So you can land whether it's gracefully or whether with a thud. And then, when we do, just setting up. Bringing the soles of the feet together. Whether it's close into the hips or further out, it's totally up to you. And again, it's this inhale, that lift, lengthened in the spine. You can hold the feet just now if you want, or not. But as we hold here, again, it's just gravity easing these knees down. should feel it in the hips as well. Now if you want, taking a hold of each foot individually, and just gradually exhale as if you're peeling the feet open. Now be cautious though, this really gets into the hips. All the while we're maintaining this length in the spine. If you need to ease the grip on the feet, absolutely do. Now, this is optional. If you feel comfortable here, you can keep that hold in the feet. Can we exhale though? Keeping that spine lengthened. Tipping forward. You should feel things pretty quickly. Now if you do though, be cautious as I said. Don't force it too much. Just that release with each exhale though. And again, just that inhale, lifting back up. You can just let go of the feet. Just lengthen the chest. We're going back to where we just were, but in a different way. So my method is take a hold of the toes. Can we inhale one out? You've guessed it. Can we inhale the other? If you're just doing one at a time, go for it. Oh, I've got this nice and easy. I've got a radiator here. Oh, right, this is no happening. Oh. Are we landing again? Gracefully or not? Now these legs are nice and wide, so let's keep them that way. Now whether they're lengthened or the knees are bent or not, all optional. Lengthen the spine. Now flick those toes up, just activating the back of the legs. And let's fold. So inhaling. That reach up, palms together. Lifting the chest. Exhaling over any leg. And folding. Whether you hold the toes, the leg or the floor, up to you. Letting that spine curl. Bend the knee if you need. And just releasing that bit more, feeling it in the back, shoulders, hips, legs. Other side. That inhale and lift. Can we use the core to lift? That reach. Exhale. Fold. Wow. And you just let the head hang here. Just letting time in each exhale just do its work. Just easing down. And inhale, back up, side stretch. So pick any leg, looking over that leg. Exhale, whether you hold the toes or the legs, doesn't matter. Does that top hand reach the toes? Just that release down. And the other side, lifting with the core, inhaling up. And exhale, looking over second leg, releasing down. To wherever you're holding, if knees are bending, that's fine. As we inhale again, that lift, palms, and bring it all back, exhaling heart center. Lovely. Release down, maybe that shake off. In the ankles too. And let's come through to all fours. So any way you like, whether it's via your cross-legged. Just remembering knees under hips, palms under shoulders, or maybe it's the fists. And with that lift in the chest, just observing the connection between you and the mat. And let's move into cat. That inhale, curling, looking up. Exhale, curling as we look down or through the legs. Breath by breath. Taking a deeper bend as you feel you want in the elbows. It's feeling through this spine. When we feel the worked evenly, exhale, curling down, sinking that back into child, adjusting as you want to. That chest and head just sinking towards the mat. It's that releasing, relaxing down. Just tuning back into the breath. And if you want, for a few breaths, inhale, lifting the palms up onto the fingertips. Seeing if that just moves the stretch up the spine. At any point, exhaling those palms back down. And we inhale slowly back up. To or all fours. And we'll get ready. Now before we go, let's just make sure we've got space. So we're doing legs out, side and then around. There's going to be a nice bit of movement here. But if we're ready, let's inhale, one leg out, toes tucking. Exhale, allowing that heel to drift back, that stretch in the back of the leg. Can we inhale? It's the leg out to the side, roughly in line with the hips. As we exhale, looking at the foot, as it circles back, now it'll go beyond the other foot. You get that twist in the spine, twice more. Inhale out to the side. Exhale, back around. Final one. With those done, inhaling back out to the side for a second. You can plant that foot. And then can we make it a lunge? Walking the foot in to our position so that we're ready. On a nice big exhale, shift that weight forward. Now you'll see knee and ankle is probably way off. So walk it forward so that knee and ankle are in alignment. with this lift in the chest. The choice is yours. Keep the knee dropped or tuck the toe in as you lengthen. And as we hold the lunge, it's that release, almost lowering down a little, stretching into the hips and thighs. Just letting time do its job. That's it. Now we're going to add in a twist. Doesn't matter what palm you plant, we're doing both sides. So that's inhale, reaching, opening up, looking up if you like. Let's exhale it back down, planting this palm. As we inhale to the second side, looking up if you want. Exhaling that down. Let's lower this leg. Now, we've all done it before. Pigeon. So work your way into it, or I can try and attempt to describe it, how we're getting there. So we're just leaning back, making enough space to bring this front heel roughly in line with the knees. As we come back forward to lower this front knee on the mat. Now, we're lowering these hips to the mat. You can do this different ways, but I just walk the back knee back. There we go. I think this is the best I've ever described that. I'm quite proud. Now, whether it's palms or fingertips, the aim is this inhale, it's this lift in the chest. Maybe that exhale releasing down of the hips. And again, similar to the lunge, just letting time, the breath, and gravity do the job. Now comes the nice bit. So exhale. Walking these palms forward, we're just folding over this leg. Whether the arms are reached out or you want to stay in the elbows, it's all up to you. Just hanging down, not tuning into the breath. And when you're ready, just inhale ourselves back up. Slowly, slowly. Ready to come back to our lunge. No, not lunge, all fours. So to come out, you can walk the back knee forward to make enough room to swing that back. Just have a wee wiggle out, easing around. And let's do all this to the other side. So inhale again, the other foot out. Exhale as that heel drifts back. And then stretching into these hips, inhaling out to the side. Exhale as you look at the foot. It circles back beyond the other one. Twice more. Inhale to the side. Exhaling around. As we inhale out to the side, leaving it here. And then wiggling into our lunge. And when you're ready, a big exhale, shift that weight forward. Oh, feeling it into those thighs. Sorting this front foot out. Palms, fingertips, whatever you want. Just inhale into that chest. And the option of the back knee, either on the mats or lifting. Holding here. Seeing if you observe any differences on this side. And then making it that twist. That inhale, doesn't matter what side, we're doing both. Looking up if you want. Exhaling down. Second side. Inhale and reach. And slowly down. Dropping the back knee for pigeon on this side. We walk these hips back a bit, making enough room for that knee, ankle in line with knee. We come forward, the front knee drops, and then walking it back. So we're lowering these hips to the mat. Palms, fingertips, doesn't matter. And that inhale, lifting up. And all the while, the exhale just eases it down a little more. And then, slowly exhale. Walking it forward, whether the arms are reached or it's the elbows. Chest and head sinking towards the mat. Releasing down. Tuning into our breath. And then inhaling our way back up. Very briefly. Ready to come out. Beginning to walk the back knee forward. Making that room. That's that wiggle of the hips. And then, let's work our way up to stand. So planting the palms, tucking the toes under. A big inhale, scooping up into dog, hips to the sky. Sinking the chest and head through. Now as we hold it here, maybe you want to walk or maybe you want to be still. But each inhale, as if we're making that length in the spine. Exhale and release. And then, inhale, stepping through, forward fold. Exhale, releasing down, whether the arms hang, hold the elbows, or anywhere else. A head nice and loose. Observing the release in the lower spine. When we're ready, slowly inhale. Curling up to our stand with those feet planted, chin tucked, body is nice and long. There we go. And the shoulders dropping. Let's just settle ourselves here. Inhale. Let's slow exhale, centering again. And one more. And we can just drop the palms to the sides. Maybe that wiggling off. And as we come back, I do have a question. Do we want to do warrior and do a nice little bit of strength, or do we want to go straight to tree? Because I feel we've been doing a lot of calming. Someone said warrior. Okay, that's what's happening then. Right, we know the script. Inhale and lift. Big step forward, roughly a leg distance. Those hips are to the side or just slightly off. Back toes tucked in. Inhale, length up. Exhale. Now adjusting knee and ankle in alignment again. And if we're ready, arms up, shoulder height. But let the shoulders drop, they're not crunched up to the neck. For balanced, looking over the front fingers. As we hold here, inhale, that expansion in the chest if we're breathing towards the tips of the fingers. Maybe exhale, releasing down a little more. It's being guided by the breath. And then we're going to inhale, we're going to swing back. So inhaling the front arm up, the back one back, maybe it takes a hold of the leg. Exhale all the way forward, elbow onto the thigh. That back arm just resting on the lower back to open this top shoulder. Can we inhale, reaching the back arm up. Only looking up if you're balanced. And if you want, you can extend the front arm. Now, changing it up. We're exhaling. The top arm is coming onto the mat, so it's almost a lunge. The back foot probably wiggles around. But we're not staying here. We're just inhaling to the center. Now, just let the feet move as they want. So we're in a wide leg forward fold now. The exhale, just releasing down, whether the knees are bent or they're straight. And then we're just going to do the reverse on the other side. So from our center, we're going to exhale, walking across to the second side. Remembering, just let these feet adjust. Just kind of bringing the back toes in, front feet forward. Now if you've got the palm on the mat, can we inhale the new top arm up? That's it. Only looking up if you're balanced. And then, I'm going to exhale. We didn't really need to do this step. The top palm onto the lower back. And let's just bring the elbow onto the thigh. And here, we're just finding this length in the chest. And on an inhale, we're going backwards. So the back arm is going to come onto the back leg. Front arm up. This is very confusing, I'm sorry. And looking up. And now, exhale, normal warrior. To warrior on the other side, taking that peak, that knee and ankle in alignment. Looking over the front fingers if you're balanced. Lowering down. Being guided by the breath. And then inhale, front leg straightening. Exhale the arms down. You can wiggle or big step our way back in. Have a nice wee loose shake off if you want. Just easing off. And now we'll become our trees. So using a wall if you want, having it handy. And when we're ready, just planting those feet down. Sending the weight down. We inhale, lifting one heel up. Observing the lift in the chest. Inhaling the knee up in line with the hips. Maybe that rotates around in the ankle. Exhaling the knee out to the side, either holding the wall or using the arm as a balance. If we feel still, that's it, tucking it in. Only working to your time and balance. When you're ready, that inhale, reaching up, palms together. And exhaling down, heart center, or the palm on opposite shoulder. So we hold here. Inhale, it's guiding us up. So we exhale, making our roots, rooting down through the standing foot. It's finding your calm and stillness. Letting the breath slow. And then to exhale. To release, planting down, setting up for the other side if you're on the wall. And we just root these feet down, chest lifted. Inhaling the other heel up. Inhaling again, the knee in line with the hips. And then shake, rotate around if you did it before. So we exhale, and knee out to the side. Tucking in when we're ready, wherever it tucks into. When you found your stillness, inhale, reaching, lifting up, and down, all the way back to heart center, the shoulders dropping. Observing the difference on this side. Finding the stillness. And just tuning into our breath. And then exhaling, back down. Rotate, shake off. Now it's another bit of balance. Don't necessarily need the wall, we don't have to go far. I just feel we've used the front of the thighs a lot and mine's one stretched out. So, finding the length, that inhale and lift. Can we flick a foot up? Taking a hold. Now the standing leg, there's a subtle bend on it. If you want a wall, use it. Now the knees are in line with the knees. That's it. If you've got a belt, use that. Now we're just gradually sending that bent leg back a little. You should feel it quite strongly in the side of the thigh. It's lifting the chest. Now only if you want, maybe you want to stay here. Maybe you want to tip a little. So if you're lifting that leg up. Each exhale, just releasing into that thigh. Now when we're ready, I'm just going to slowly inhale back up. Releasing down. Other side. Would somebody like to use a wall? Good choice. As we set ourselves up. When you're ready, inhale, flicking up, taking a hold. Now you can make it loose to start with. And just when you feel comfortable, just applying a little pressure, as if you're sending this bent knee back a little. And just kind of pulling the ankle up. And quite quickly get on this leg. And if you feel you want to move a little more, take your time though. Keeping the spine lengthened. Maybe exhale, just tipping forward slightly. This allows more room. Just draw that thigh back that little bit more. Just with time as the body just eases out. And healing back. Exhale down. So we work our way to the floor. A nice slow forward fold. More length. As we exhale, tucking chin, rounding shoulders, subtle bend in the knees. Just tipping, releasing forward. Using the abdominals as brakes. As we feel each of the vertebrae in the spine. As we fold down, making more space between them. When you've made it down to your forward fold, just hanging here, that head nice and loose. When we're ready, planting the palms, stepping into dog. Walking or still. We're not holding for long. Just exhaling down. Forward, no. All fours. As we work briefly in cat. Inhale and lift. Exhale, curling down. Breath by breath. As we observe the difference in the spine here. Now that it's warmed up. And then from here, let's just work our way through to lie down. Whether it's crossing the ankles, we roll over them. That nice loose bend in these knees. Now it's not our normal way of lying down. We did it earlier. Let's inhale and lift. If you want, you can take a hold of the back of the thighs or maybe stretch the arms out. Now exhale, send the back a little. One leg, maybe the other. There we go. Now if you extend the legs, that's harder, so you maybe don't want to do it. It's up to you. Now I can't talk when I'm way to do this, but can we exhale slow and controlled? Down to the mat. When you're down. Recovering is probably the right word. Settling down. Just letting the breath ease. And just loosely bending these knees up. Doesn't matter where you put the feet. With the chin tucked in. Just very brief pelvic tilting. As that inhales, that subtle push in the feet, lifting the hips up just a smidge. Exhale down and release, breath by breath. And then, from here, we can do any final stretches we feel we want. Actually, yes, we will, sorry. Going into our usual, inhaling arms and legs up. There's something wonderful about this pose. Rotate around. Inhaling the legs, the arms through the legs. Taking a hold of the outer edges of the feet. As the knees draw out and up. Rocking or still. Easing around. When you're ready, exhaling down to your comfortable relaxation position. Whether the arms are out on the body, knees are bent, all up to you. As you settle here, focusing on the breath, letting the senses dull, allowing the mind to clear. And with time, the breath slowing and lengthening. The body calming, relaxing. With each inhale, drawing in energy. And each exhale, releasing. Releasing tension, releasing stress. As we guide this around the body, starting at the crown of the head, forehead, eyes, nose, mouth and cheeks, chin, jaw and ears. Front and back of the neck. Collarbone, shoulders. Elbows. Wrist. Front and back of the palms. Fingertips. Front of the chest. Upper back and shoulder blades. Ribs and mid-back. Tummy and lower back. Hips and pelvic floor. Front and back of the thighs. Knees. Calves and shin. Ankles. Heels. Balls of the feet. Toes. The whole body. The whole body. Taking your time. Just coming back to this moment. You can begin to wiggle the fingers and toes to make small movements. Oh, if you like, nailing these arms up overhead. A gentle stretch. In time, as we exhale them down, knees in towards the chest, rocking or still. Exhaling over to any side. A brief moment of pause. So we open the eyes here, coming up to our comfortable seated position. Finding the spine nice and long, and that chin tucked in. And that calming, relaxing breath. As we inhale, reaching up. Drawing the palms back to heart center. Bowing our heads. Namaste.